Smaller microphones, probably. I guess.
Probably.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see him.
Nope.
I'm just so disgusted with that.
Oh my God.
We're gonna be. This is burnt toast. It's brand new from Yanni. It's really strong. It's a pretty evenly balanced hybrid. I also have some different pre-rolls if you prefer a pre-roll. Joe said he wanted to smoke out of the bong, so
Yeah,
we're gonna
me
be
too.
doing. All right then. Yes. Is this okay?
Yeah.
Does that smell, Blue?
Ooh.
Yeah, I had some yesterday.
Ooh.
Just came in last night, so it's perfect
That
timing.
smells delicious.
Damn, that smells good. So it's Veterans Day today. We're sitting here with a couple of our customers at Royal Leaf. This is Blue and this is Joe, and we're gonna have a little conversation about vets and cannabis. So hang out with us.
Yes.
She going? Oh, you probably. Yeah, I don't know if you could take more than that. Shit. Yeah. Okay. Do. There you go. Oh, look at that glow. That was cool. So in preparation of our little conversation, I looked up a few things. I found some interesting facts out. So Aroostook County, right? It's the largest county east of the Mississippi, area-wise, not population-wise. What is there, about 100,000 people here-ish?
Yeah.
But 11% of the adult population in Aroostook County are veterans like y'all. Okay, and that actually correlates really strongly to San Antonio. I don't know if but San Antonio is considered military city USA. I love San Antonio. It's a city of 1.5 million. A city. We're a county of less than 100,000, right? But they have 11% of a veteran population. You know, of a military population. I think that's both. Yeah, so we're very much on par with that. Although I would say probably San Antonio, being bigger and all, probably has some maybe more programs than you guys get here, but
A lot more.
I'm unfamiliar with Aroostook County. Just came here a 3 years ago. But what kind of programs are there available for vets in Aroostook County? And the one thing I will say about San Antonio compared to Aroostook County, the one thing that we got better here is cannabis, because it's not legal in San Antonio. Shame on you, Texas. But it's legal here in Maine. So even though some of the facilities what kind of facilities are there? The VA. Where's the closest VA?
Prescott.
Prescott.
Look at that right here.
They just built the new one right behind the
North State
Federal Credit Union.
Okay.
We were going over to Caribou for the longest time.
So is there one in Caribou too?
No,
No.
not anymore.
No. Okay.
They closed that and opened up in
So
Prescott.
they don't like to ship us down south a lot because they reimburse us, but they don't like to.
No, it's really bad right now
Oh, I know.
for us to get reimbursed for our travel.
Oh.
And I do a lot of traveling downstate to Augusta, and I even have to go over to New Hampshire. So it is rough and it is tough. And I have to say I'm probably one of the few that I don't have a whole lot negative to say because I have a big mouth. So that squeaky wheel always gets the oil, you know what I'm saying? But with the whole point of me saying that is there's a lot of people who don't have that voice. And what I find is that I don't feel as though we are taking like anything up here. We have to fight. All the people up in this area, we have to fight for every single thing we look for.
Yeah.
We have to play our own advocate because I'm sorry, not even the patient advocates work well for us.
No. DAV does though.
Yes,
I will
yes,
stand
100%,
behind them 100%.
Yes.
Yep. If it wasn't for them, I would not have gotten my benefits.
What's DAV? Sorry.
Disabled Veterans of America.
I got you.
So
And they're strong up here in the county?
Yes.
Yep. There is.
Yes, there's a lot of people who was able to get their 100% disability because of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's very
Yeah.
Well, it took me.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Over 20 years now, and I still am amazed by how the veterans are treated. I am amazed with the respect that we get, because I have been a lot of places all over the United States, and I'll tell you what, I have never been treated better than in Maine.
Nice.
You are right. And actually, Southern Maine is very good with veterans. You don't even have to ask for any kind of veteran whatever down there. If we all wear our hats because we earned that right.
Yeah.
And you walk in and they're like, oh, cool. Well, let's put your veteran discount on there. I get a veteran discount here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's great.
It's probably the least we should do as a society. I mean, we should do more for our vets, but the least we should do if you're a business owner is give them a veterans discount that you don't just give everybody. They're different than everybody else. Well, they're just different. You guys earned it.
It's the little things like that, that they offer up that we don't even know we get.
One couple of years back, I was out in the woods over there, Nashland.
Okay.
The Northwood, they're not the Northwoods, but anyways, over there.
The mouth
So
of it,
we're just going through there, and was out there for quite a few hours, and I was starving by the time got out to the other end. And those two stores there in Ashland, one is Mapleton, and then there's a gas station there.
Ashland One Stop.
Yes. So I was at the Mapleton one across the street there. And I was talking to a young man, and we were all standing at the cash machine for whatever reason. We were trying to get our cards to work, and none of us could get our cards to work. So we wound up being in line when this problem happened with the machine, and I didn't have any cash. So I went to go and put my food back because I just had no money, and I couldn't pay because the card wasn't working. And this young man that I was talking, he couldn't have been more than 20 years old. He told me, "Nope, I've got this for you. Thank you for your service." And I was like, I'm 67 years old. I've never, ever, 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 ever had that type of respect given to me as a veteran from a youngster. So this is why I love Maine.
Yeah. The people are genuine.
Yeah.
And I love that about them too. But anyway, so you'd kind of mentioned that you just started smoking not that long ago.
Yep.
How, like both of you to share, like what cannabis has done for you, kind of what's your little history on it, and what do you like about it, and what do you think it can do for other vets?
Ooh,
maybe vets that aren't. I don't smoke. I've heard that I should smoke. I don't know. Maybe this is for you.
No, I really think with what I've used marijuana for, and I have, I had my first go round when I was 17. And that was 1970. And
1970.
Use the cheap mics so don't pick it.
I got that. I was born about that same time too. 1970.
All right.
With that being said, and then I stopped, and I was off and on because of the life that I was living. But I wound up realizing that when I was using it, it was because of either a anxiety. I have PTSD, so it was either with that or it was because of the pain because I went through a lot of years of domestic violence. So with that being said, that's how I got through my life. And then when I started having all these issues with I have 2 knees replaced. One has had 3 times it's been replaced, and this last time was major surgery. And I have other surgeries that I'm looking forward to because that's so much fun. But with the way chemicals treat me, I can't handle them because it makes me out there. I can't think. I can't reason. I can't stay awake. I can't do anything with this in my system. And when I smoke marijuana, I am able to function. I'm able to go ahead and do the readings that I need to do. I work with herbs and such, natural herbs and medicinal herbs. So I think that every veteran should have access to it first and foremost, because I don't know of anything that you can have medically or mentally going on that won't help you at least deal with, take the edge off of.
So it sounds like you've had a long time history with cannabis. What's your story?
My story is, well, I was always trying to grow up to be the right person, the good guy, the hero, everything that most of us ever grew up to be. So I didn't do it. Tried it once or twice in high school. Big deal. Everybody always thought I was a stoner, I think. Don't quote me, anybody, because I don't know anymore. Way too long ago. And life went on as it did. And then when I became disabled, I started having depression, anxiety. I've got mild PTSD, nothing major, but enough that I'm on the spectrum of it. And I was starting to get a lot of pain in my joints. And my brother was like, well, why don't you just smoke weed? I'm like, well, I don't, I was scared to. I didn't want to. I didn't know if they were going to take my benefits away. I didn't know,
Federal government.
And it's a good thought.
There's so
like
many.
Texas.
There's so many things that they can just use to take stuff away from you nowadays. And for some reason, they're starting to go back the other way, and they're starting to hate vets again. We wouldn't have a country without us. Period.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Who stands between them and the rest of us?
Yep.
Yeah.
So my brother was like, no, look, he says, it's going to help you with the pain. He says, and if you can get into the CBD stuff too, he says, with it, he said, that'll help you out even more. My brother has been into this for decades. And he lives out in California, Humboldt County. I don't think I need to say any more than that.
The birthplace.
Yep, the old Humboldt purple.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I started smoking. And then it helps me clear my mind out because I've got, I guess it's anxiety. That's what they got me on medication for anyway. And it clears my mind because my mind is, and I stole this from NCIS, but my brain is like a pachinko machine. It's, I have a thought that'll take me to another thought, and I sit like that all night long.
All right, so hey, Joe, I came back I was on a trip up with my father to the North Main Woods. I come back and I had my manager, Sean, talking to me about this idea that one of my customers had. This is the customer. And it was about veterans helping veterans. And go ahead and talk a little bit about that for me.
Well, I mean, it started with me watching the news and hearing, we need to take this from vets for these people, or, we need to bump the vets because of this reason. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous how they're treating all of us that signed that check. Some of us didn't come home. Some of us came home messed up. Some of us came home real messed up. Some of us just came home and didn't know how to, adapt back to society. It is a different.
I will say this as an outside, just going to that. Some of us came back messed up from what I've seen, and I'm not trying to throw stones or anything, but most of the ones I've known personally came back, more than a little messed up. Like just in my generation and on, and I know lots of vets from my family members to other friends, and all of them are, because of what you have to go through. I mean, it's amazing. So you can't turn your back on them. That's what's horrible. They did the hard work at the beginning. Now you have to show them love at the end.
Yep. And I was talking with a Marine one time, and it was like, we can't show a lot of people what we do because we were only trained to do one thing. And I don't need to say it. Everybody can pretty much figure it out, and that was, a lot of us have to watch our temperament from what we were trained with too. Some of us have way more training than others. Some of us just had just enough to make us really dangerous. Yeah. And, just seeing all that and then coming here, and you guys had those points, and your people are great about reminding every time on that. They're like, hey, do you want to use your points? I'm like, no. And I'd get in the car and I'd think about it. And it was just one day, one of the girls, I think it was up there, and she goes, do you want to use your points? And it just kind of clicked in my head. I was like, why can't I donate them? I have enough. I don't have a lot, but I have enough. Other people don't. I'd like to share what I have. So that was why I came to you and said, hey, I'm not going to use my points. I'm good with me, but have you had any vets, shit, man, I don't have enough to get this. Yeah. And I know that this helps. PTSD and all the, I don't want to go into, but all the other things that this stuff.
When Joe brought to me, we're going to do the Royal Veterans Project, so if you're a vet, ask us when you come in if there's any funds available in the Royal Veteran Project account. If there is, you'll automatically get $15 off your purchase. Just show us, proof of your vet. So I know they give you a card. Is it all the same for everybody?
On the driver's license.
Driver's licenses.
There's an American flag.
Okay.
That lets you know that person's a veteran.
Look at that. That's
there you
awesome.
Go.
That's great.
And all you shop owners should be doing this.
Well, we get people from all over. We get people from all over.
Shop owners.
Do all the licenses have that? Is that
yes?
Oh,
all over England. Yes.
How about some Royal Leaf stories? How long you been a Royal Leaf customer?
I'm not even sure anymore. And since about the time you opened.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I think my husband came here first.
Yeah, I know. I love it when
he's been coming here a while. I just recently passed about a year and a half now.
From like a shopkeeper's perspective, I guess I would say, yeah. It's weird it's awesome when you see like either a husband or a wife, you see a customer, and then you see their spouse come in different, and you're like, oh, and you kind of like both people. And then one day, like months later, you see them coming together, and they're obviously a couple. You're like, that makes so much sense. But hey, look, even if you're not a veteran and you want to donate your points, you can donate whenever you want. Just ask how many points we have. I'd like to donate X amount of points to the Royal Veteran Project.
Yes.
And we're not going to bug everybody about it, but we are going to it's Veterans Day, so we are on Veterans Day. We'll also do it on Memorial Day. We will ask people actively that day that, hey, you have this many points. Would you like to donate some? We'd like to get this going. There's 11% of adult population in Aroostook County are veterans.
Wow.
And they don't get all the help that the big cities like San Antonio give for their vets. So we have legal weed. And from what I hear from the vets themselves, it works. And it's very helpful. So let's try to donate some of those points so more vets can use it. And if you're a vet and you need it, come on in, just ask us, and we're here to help you out.
And don't be afraid to ask questions. If you've never done it before, and don't be worrying about what family members are going to think or anything else like that, because it's really, 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 you're not doing crack cocaine or whatever. I can't even think of anything because I just smoke weed.
It's legal in the state of Maine for over 21 years of age.
And it works on depression, it works on anxiety, it works on, I have claustrophobia, so it works when I have to go into the MRIs better than they give you, I can't remember. It's the stuff to make you kind of feel kind of relaxed, and it's really not good at all.
Oh, I know what you're.
And you gotta make sure you have somebody to drive you because it's so.
I know what you're saying. I just can't get that out.
I can't remember, but anyways, I'd rather do that than to sit up there and take any chemicals. I cannot handle chemicals.
What do you think of that program?
When I heard about it, that was a fantastic idea. So true with what you said. There's so many vets. Just because you're a veteran doesn't mean that sometimes people think that there's a lot of money out there for us. And there's not. We're living on fixed incomes. For real. It's a real deal. And that really helps out. And when I heard about this program that they're having, thought that it was just wonderful. And I want to donate whatever points I have.
Yep. And
veterans helping veterans.
Comment on that too is like vets, we can also donate our points too.
Yep.
So if I don't care if it's 1 point, whatever however your plan is going to go, but I mean, all those donated points is going to go to another vet.
Yep.
And it's going to go right to the account. And when a vet comes in, if we know they're a vet, we'll ask them if they would like. If we know that there's money in there, hey, do you need the $15 off? I bet I'd be surprised at how many vets will say, no, I don't. Save it for another vet.
Yep.
Y'all are special that way. It's actually very touching to me. You know what I mean? You're very special that way. The ones that don't, they'll be like, no, save it for I bet. We haven't done it yet, but I bet that's going to happen.
Yep.
I just have seen too much graciousness from you.
I was going to say, there aren't too many vets that I know of that aren't gracious. That are generous. I meant to say generous.
It's going to be that's going to be really powerful, I think.
Well, we were all trained. Yeah. You don't leave your man behind.
Yeah, bad.
No, but weed is just so
problem.
much better. And and you don't even have to smoke it anymore nowadays. You've got
you can eat it.
Cookies.
Yeah.
You've got brownies.
Yeah.
You've got pretzels. You've got gummies. You've got drinks. There's something for everybody. For people who don't smoke, you don't have to smoke it. You can eat it. Mm-hmm. You just have to be patient.
But when it hits.
Oh, yes.
It lasts a lot longer than smoking.
Yes, but it's so
That's when you're just chilling out at home.
Yep.
That's the best time to do that.
Yep. So, that's, where our as veterans, we excel. We will look out for every one of our brothers and sisters.
Yes.
No questions, no doubts, nothing. We will always be there for them. And they're always going to be there for us. So this was just something I thought I could give back a little bit. Nothing major, because I can't really do anything like I used to.
I think this could be major. It might take a little time to grow, but I'd like to see this just as a staple. I would like for Royal Leaf to be the shop where vets come down and get your $15 off. Thanks to Joe, thanks to Blue, thanks to every other vet, and just a regular non-veterans that just want to support y'all. But I'd like to get it in there where it's just always filled up. So.
Yep. You guys are kind and generous. Come and donate your points for us.
Yeah, the points are free if you don't know. It's just a point-based loyalty reward system. So it's points that you just earn. It's 1.5% of your purchase. If you want to enroll in our points purchase thing, you can do that. If not, you can always enroll. If you don't want to give your name, enroll under the vet thing, and every time we'll do it, we'll give them the points. So either way you want to do it. Anyway,
and I know there's always going to be a vet thankful for that.
You got that
absolutely.
right.
Well, thanks for coming out.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Always the pleasure.
Thank you. Good to see you.
It's been great meeting you.
Good to meet you.